Hey friends, hey, it is Monday, so I am back. We're going to start the week off a little bit differently. We're going to do a nice, gentle, slow flow yoga today. Um, there's a lot of movement now. Everybody's starting to go back to work. Retailers are opening, restaurants are opening, and it's kind of hectic out there from what we're used to. So I just thought it would be a great way to start the week off. So we're going to start at the top of our mats today in mountain pose. So you want to just keep your feet nice hip width distance apart, arms alongside the body, palms and gaze facing forward. Really grounding down in the feet, activating all our muscles here, allowing the breath to connect with the body here, just breathing in and out through the nose, really settling in. Maybe noticing how you're feeling today. Long, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Really filling up, and really letting go. Maybe you notice the shoulders sink a little lower on each exhale. Finding more space between the ears and the shoulders there. And on the next inhale, go ahead and begin raising the arms overhead. Really reaching here, breathing in, filling up. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and take the arms and head back, finding a nice back bend here. Five full deep breaths. And on your next inhale, go ahead and begin making your way back to center. Taking the gaze up, bringing the hands to kiss, breathing in. And on the exhale, folding through heart center and finding a nice forward fold. Maybe you take a deep bend in the knees here, just allowing the back to loosen. Hang heavy. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow for ragdoll here. And just let everything hang heavy, allowing all the tension to release from the back and roll right off the shoulders here, letting go of anything you might be holding on to from last week so that we could start a nice fresh week off. Go ahead and release the hands, allowing yourself to hang heavy. And on the next inhale, we're going to take a deep bend in the knees, drop the hips, and come up to a king's chair. So we're not going to bring the knees together, the toes together here. We're going to keep them nice and wide. And we're here for 5 full breaths. Really reaching here, engaging the core, navel to spine, arms above. Last breath in. And on the exhale, go ahead and release, folding forward. This time coming into a gorilla pose, so you're going to take the palms face up, place them underneath the feet, and take the elbows out along the side. Maybe you take that deep bend in the knee again. Maybe this time you straighten out in the legs more, finding a deeper stretch in the hamstrings. Whatever feels good to you. Awesome job, guys. Go ahead and release the hands. And begin taking your feet, heel toeing them out the distance of the mat. And we're going to come into goddess squat. So we're going to drop the hips here. Find a nice long torso, gaze forward. Bring the hands to prayer. And then take the elbows, place them on the inside of the knees, just to open up the hips a little bit here, finding a deeper stretch. Maybe you take a block, maybe you place it underneath you. You can keep your eyes closed here, you can open them. Whatever works best for you. 5 more deep breaths here. You got this. Last full round of breath. Go ahead and release the hands down to the mat. Inhaling the hips up. Maybe you sway side to side here, just shaking that out. We're going to heel toe the feet back in. Hip width distance, coming into a forward fold. This time we're going to take the peace fingers, wrap them around the big toes for a yogi toe lock. Elbows out to the side. Again, maybe you bend the knees, maybe you keep them straight. Whatever works best here for you, whatever feels good. It is Feel Good Monday today. Maybe you sway side to side, shake your head yes or no. Really letting go of anything that might still be lingering. Last full round of breath here. Go ahead and release the big toes. Again, heel toeing the feet out the distance of the mat, coming into our goddess squat. And notice where you're at here. Maybe the hips are sinking a little deeper. Maybe your torso is a little bit taller. Nice and long and strong, active. Awesome job, guys. Go ahead and release the hands down to the mat. Send the hips up. Swaying side to side here. Go ahead and heel the toe, the feet back in. Find a nice halfway lift here. Nice long torso. Crown shooting forward. Maybe your hands come to your thighs, calves, the earth. Whatever feels good to you is okay. Awesome. Go ahead and release, folding forward. Plant the hands. Step back 1 foot at a time to a nice high plank. And we're going to hold here for 5 full rounds of breath. Really pressing through the hands here, through the balls of the feet, sending the heels back. Glutes should be in line with the torso here. We don't want to press it up. Nice, long, even line. 2 more rounds of breath. Awesome. Go ahead and drop to the knees. Press it back. Child's pose. Again, your choice here. We always have options in yoga. Maybe you keep the knees together. Maybe you take them the distance of the mat. Hands are nice and long and active in front of us. Forehead to the earth. Deep breaths in and out, just checking in, recentering, calming the body, the breath. Extending the breath where it's needed. Maybe finding that your glutes sink a little closer to the heels on each exhale. Awesome job, guys. I know you're doing great. On the next inhale, go ahead and make your way to a tabletop. Wrists in line with the shoulders. Knees in line with the hips here. A nice neutral spine. Take a few cat-cows. So we're going to lift the chin and drop the belly. Deep breath in. Really pressing through the hands here. And on the exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine. Inhale, chin up, belly drops. And on the exhale, chin in, round the spine. Go ahead and take a few rounds on your own. 5 nice full rounds of cat-cow. Last one, chin up. Exhale, chin in. Go ahead and find a nice neutral spine, coming back into tabletop. We're going to take tabletop balance here. We're going to extend the left arm out, right foot back, toes facing downward. Heel really pressing towards the back of the room. Fingers really reaching towards the front. Maintaining that neutral spine here. couple more rounds of breath. And on the exhale, go ahead and release back down to the mat. Taking tabletop balance on the other side, right arm forward, left foot shoots back. 5 full deep breaths. Last breath in, and go ahead and release everything down to the mat, coming back to a neutral tabletop, bringing the big toes to touch, and pressing back, child's pose. On your next inhale, come on back up to tabletop. We're just here for a breath, crossing at the ankles, sending the hips back and finding a nice long seat. Staff pose, extending the legs out in front of you, arms alongside the body, shoulders dropped. We're going to take a couple forward folds. We're going to inhale the arms up. Breathing, finding length, and on the exhale, hinging forward. And when you can't hinge anymore, just allow the body to roll over, to hang heavy. Shoulders may roll forward, head hangs heavy here. Noticing where we're at. Long deep breath in, and on the exhale, maybe you sink a little closer to the thighs. As always, if you're really bendy and flexy, you can always place a block at the base of the feet here, finding a little more length, or maybe you cross hands, taking the left hand to the outside edge of the right foot, right hand to the outside edge of the left. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. And on the next inhale, go ahead and make your way back up. We're going to take our legs out for a wide-legged straddle, so maybe they hang off the mat a little bit. That's okay. Inhale the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to take the left hand and we're going to take it towards the right foot, bringing the right arm back behind us. Finding a nice twisted fold here. If you'd like a deeper stretch here, you can take that left hand to the outer edge of that right foot. It's always great to add twists into our practice. Really helps us release and let go of any anxiety or stress or tension that we have. Anything that we've been holding or bottling up. This helps us digest it a little better. Five more rounds of breath. Awesome job. Go ahead and inhale up. We're going to go ahead and take that same stretch on the opposite side. Arms overhead. Breathing in, really filling up. And on the exhale, folding over. Taking that hand to the outside of the left foot, really finding that twist here. Right arm behind us. Last breath in. Last breath out. On the next inhale, go ahead and come on up. Bringing the arms alongside the body. Feet back to center. And we're just going to find our way onto our backs. Keeping the knees up. Preparing for bridge. So you want to make sure your fingertips can reach your heels here, keeping the knees up, shoulders maybe roll underneath. And on the inhale, we're going to press up through the hips here. Maybe you take a supported bridge by placing a block just below the sacrum here and the lower back. And if you're not using a block, you just want to make sure that your thighs are in line with your hips still, that the knees aren't splaying out. Really letting the heart open here. If you're not in supported bridge, go ahead and release back down to the mat. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. And on your next inhale, press the hips up, finding bridge. Final round. 5 full deep breaths in. 5 nice, steady, even breaths out. Last breath in. And on the exhale, go ahead and release back down to the mat. Maybe taking the legs and windshield wipering them from side to side. Counteracting the back bend. Awesome job, guys. We'll go ahead and meet back into set that back to center. We're going to thread the needle. So we'll take the right foot, cross it over the left knee. Take the hands and we're going to place them behind the thigh, lifting the foot off the earth. So maybe this is where you're at. And that's awesome. You want to keep the feet flexed here. Maybe you need a little more, so you pull that left knee in closer, finding a deeper stretch in that right hip. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and extend the left foot towards the sky, placing the hands behind the calf and pulling that right foot in just a little bit closer, finding a deeper stretch here. We just want to make sure we're keeping our lower back on the earth here. We really hold a lot of tension in the hip area, so you may experience different sensations here, and that's okay. Maybe different thoughts start crossing your mind, and that's okay too. Acknowledge them and allow them to pass. Let go of those thoughts. Nice job, guys. One more breath in. And on the exhale, go ahead and release the hands, sending the left foot back down towards the mat. Uncrossing the legs and thread the needle on the other side, left foot to right knee. Again, maybe you're okay right here. Maybe you pull it in a little closer. Or maybe you take the hands to the back of the calf. Wherever you're at, that's okay. Embrace it. Love yourself for where you are at today. Few more rounds of breath here. Last breath in, and go ahead and release the feet back down to the mat. Bringing the knees in. Great big hug here. Maybe sway from side to side, offering the lower back a little bit of a massage. Take your time. And when you're ready, go ahead and send your legs towards the sky for waterfall. Maybe you invite the block into your practice by taking supported waterfall. Keeping the toes nice and pointed towards the sky. Feet and knees in line with the hips here. your full deep breaths in and out. Last breath in. And on the exhale, go ahead and hug the knees back in towards the chest. If you were in supported bridge, go ahead and remove the block from underneath you. Bringing the knees in, hugging them in. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and take supine twist. We're going to drop the knees over to the left side, extending the arms out alongside us, coming to a T or maybe goal posting the arms here. Taking the gaze over the right shoulder, trying to keep that shoulder close to the earth as possible. Taking this time to just notice where you're at from start to where we're at the end. Maybe you notice your twist is a little deeper, your hips are a little looser, your mind's a little calmer, breath's a little deeper. Whatever it might be, notice where you're at. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the knees back to center. This time dropping them off to the right. Gaze over to the left. Maybe one side feels different than the other. That's okay, that's totally normal. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees back to center, hugging it all in. Finding that one last stretch or posture that would make your practice complete. I always like to pull the knees in real tight, bring my forehead as close to them as possible, and just squeeze everything in. Just a few more rounds of breath here.
Really embracing yourself, showing yourself appreciation for where you've come from beginning to end. And honoring that person and respecting that person. And most importantly, accepting that person. Last full round of breath here. And then just allow yourself to open up. Feet meeting at the corners of the mats. Arms alongside the body, palms up. For our final resting pose of our practice, Savasana.